In this video, we're going to be talking about undue hesitation and the differences between undue hesitation and why one is not so great and why one is essential if you're going to be a defensive driver. Being unduly hesitant means you're coming to a stop when you shouldn't. You're coming up to a mini roundabout or you're coming up to a roundabout and it's completely clear on your right hand side and yet you're choosing to come to a stop and then you're waiting and you're waiting. Or you're about to enter a junction and there's absolutely nothing coming and we're just sitting there. I come to a stop. I can't see. I don't move. I see a car now, and I still don't move. Now, if I've got a car behind me, it's not going to be long before they start beeping me, but I still don't move. What I have to do in this situation is really simple. Now, the longer I sit here, the more likely another car is going to come from that side. Now, the only difference between this becoming unduly hesitant or just hesitant is the action I have to take is just to creep slowly forwards. So now that I think it's clear...
And just to eradicate any confusion, don't edge forwards until it looks clear.
I'm going to creep slowly forwards and stop. I creep again, making sure, looking both ways, looking. I can now see it's clear. I can drive on. Undue hesitation will only be given to you on a driving test if there is a legitimate reason for you to go. If there is an element of doubt about the action you're about to take, hesitate. And I can't put it in more simplistic terms than that. Hesitate.
Sometimes other drivers demonstrate the point perfectly.
The way that taxi responded is exactly how it should be. Approached really slowly, anticipated something could have been there, hesitated. At the end of this road, I'm going to turn right. I can't see at all. My view is completely blocked on the right-hand side, so I hesitate. I've got a car coming from my left. He's sort of encouraging me to go. The only thing that I can do is creep forwards to get a better view. The way they've laid that out, I mean, that car here on my right-hand side, according to the rules, shouldn't be parked anywhere more than, or anywhere less than 10 meters from the junction. Because I'm driving in central London, those rules go out the window. They put parking bays right up to the junction. It makes it almost impossible for me to see. So the only option I have is I must hesitate, but I start creeping forwards. The car was coming, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't see it until the last second.
And now another driver demonstrates exactly what can go wrong when you don't hesitate. This junction is a closed junction, and parked right on the mouth is a double parked car. And with the cyclist that's just passed by, everything screams, be careful.
Again, I'm coming to the mouth of the junction. I can't see. I'm now hesitating. I'm creeping forwards, but now I see cyclists. I've got a car behind me that almost goes into the back of me here.
He was clearly expecting me to just move forwards. But not only that, he was trying to overtake me on the mouth of a junction. If something had been turning into the road that we were turning out of, that could have been a disaster. If the driver had hesitated, that wouldn't have happened.
Why should I have hesitated there? I had two cyclists coming from the right-hand side. I've got a car blocking my view. Again, I'm coming to the end of the road here and I'm turning left. I can't see. And now I can see through these cars here. So I creep forwards just to make sure that there's nothing behind these vans. You could say that I'm being hesitant, but it's hesitant for a reason. It's not undue hesitation. Hesitant is good. Undue hesitation, not so good. In these last three scenarios you've just seen, every single one, there is risk associated with it. And because there's risk associated with it, I've got to hesitate. I always say this to learner drivers really early on. You're bound to be hesitant to begin with because you don't really know what you're doing, or you don't understand why you're doing it, or you haven't practiced it enough, or you haven't really got the right attitude or the approach to it just yet. But once you've got a handle on all of that, it's about that judgment.
In this example, Dash is turning right at a crossroads, and at first glance it looks like it's clear, but there's still risk. If the silver car is turning right, she might make it. But if it doesn't...
Just stop.
With the benefit of hindsight, it's always easy to say she should have stopped. but the risk was always there. And if it's only a might, I would say don't.
It comes down simply to this. If there is an element of risk, legitimate risk, of why you shouldn't go, you should hesitate.
On this roundabout, it's very subtle. There are two cars that are coming across the roundabout. Just for a split second, I'm not sure where they're going.
Again there, I hesitated on the roundabout because I saw a vehicle on my right. I wasn't 100% sure it wasn't going to come round. If roundabouts is a thing that you're struggling with, then follow the link to this video here, because that will take you into that video, and it should cover pretty much most areas when it comes to judging when it's safe to go on roundabouts. Undue hesitation here would be very simple. It's completely clear on the right-hand side. If I come to a stop, I'm going to be irritating the people behind me. That will then escalate into a serious fault. I'm not going to do that because I'm just not. That would be undue hesitation. There clearly is absolutely no reason. Again, here, if I come to a stop there, when I can see over the bridge that it's clear and I'm kind of moving, even though my view was kind of blocked a little bit because I couldn't see too far over the bridge, but because I'm moving, I've got a rolling start, if you like. I should be able to make it. If any of you have any questions whatsoever on hesitation or undue hesitation, or if there's anything in particular that you want to see, or you want to simply ask me some questions, hit me up in the comments or DM me. I will do my best to respond. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe if you want more content, and get well out.